Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You probably know that I call the actions or the entity that is in charge of the United States of America Al Capone. And that is by observing how this entity called the US government functions around the world in relation with other countries. And that reminded me that Al Capone, or mafia, used to operate. That's exactly how it used to operate. By trying to threaten you, buy you, and then destroy you if you don't do what Al Capone would say. But Al Capone was the nice guy. So this is they're very similar, the behavior of Al Capone and these guys here. I call them the United States of America, but I'm referring to the guys in charge of us. Which, if you compete with Al Capone on its territory or somewhere where he thinks that's his national security territory, he's going to come and tell you that you should change behavior. You can't compete. You work for me, all right? And if you don't want to work for me, I'm going to blow you up, or I'm going to change you. I'm going to bring a little regime change in your country, spontaneous uprising or something, a little revolution. Or simply bombard you, attack you with Tommies or what, and that's it. This is exactly how it works. Now, I have here an example of Al Capone's behavior around the world when you can't compete. So let's say Al Capone could not compete with someone in the, let's say, Chicago area. It was divided. Chicago was divided, north, south, who's having what. So what do? You send someone over there to the business that you want to take control of, and you tell them, you either pay me protection or being my friend. That means I'm not going to fuck you up, right? Or if you don't want to do that, I offer to pay, to buy you out. I buy you. And if you don't want to, I'm going to fuck you up. So these were basically the first one was you give me the protection money. The other one, okay, you don't want to do that, and offer you to buy you. And then if you don't, I'm going to just boom you. So which one are you going to get? How about leave me alone? That was never an option. Because you compete with me, you can't do that. All right? So exactly this is the situation with TikTok. In the freest country in the world that venerates free market, where he says that, we just compete and the better should win. We set the rules, we both follow the rules, and then who has the better product at the cheaper price, or better product at a more expensive price than a very bad product at a cheaper price, the population, the customer will decide. That's how it's supposed to work. Well, Al Capone likes that kind of rules when he wins. When he is threatened by someone who's making a product better than his, I don't like that. And then it starts the little game. So let me show you how the US Congress gives TikTok the option. You either sell your business, or we're going to ban you in America. Now this is a clear Al Capone behavior. So TikTok, you either are for sale and we are going to, CIA and the operatives, we're going to buy you and control you, or we're going to ban your access here. No business in the United States of America. Now how do you like me now? You know that song, How Do You Like Me Now? Now, how do you like me now? Well, you're the same guy. So let me show you here. And then let me show you this article where the USA Today, one of the three main media outlets that shapes policies in Washington, D.C., which is USA Today, Wall Street Journal, and there's New York Times. These are the three, right? The main ones. So let me show you this article coming from here. And then they try to fool the baboons. You'll see, they want to try to fool the baboons into thinking that's something normal. India did it too. So it's normal. No, it's not normal. Let me show you. Because if that would have been done against you, you would be all, that's not free market, what's going on over there? And besides, why do you think YouTube, Facebook, and others are allowed to operate in the United States of America? there's no national security threat. That means they're owned by these guys. They're infiltrated. They're controlled. Otherwise, they would be offered the same option: sell or out. But they're not. That tells me they cooperate. Well, if you look at Zuckerberg and others, and look at Google. Look at Google, how it was created and by whom. You're going to find the CIA in it. And not only, they lost control. That's what happens. They lost control. But they will regain it, they hope, little by little. So let's go with USA Today. Congress passes TikTok sell or ban. Sell or ban bill, but legal battles loom. Nothing's going to happen. Legal ban, no, it's going to be sell or ban. That means we have to control it, or we're not going to have access here. And the reason? The common good. We tell you that's a national security threat. I wonder if our Google and our Facebook and this work, or YouTube works, let's say in China. They do work. A little bit limited. That's not what you see only. That's the war underneath that we don't see, but we know it's there. We're not allowed to see it. So it seems like these guys are losing that one, so that's why they go straight to banning. That's embarrassing, to say the least. The Senate passed a bill on Tuesday that would restrict the video app TikTok, a historic development in government regulation of social media that's on track to quickly become law. There's regulation on social media, the Chinese, TikTok, not YouTube, or others saying, you know what, you can do whatever, your platform. You're not a platform. Now, look how this guy said, restrict historic development. It was just tucked like that into a $95 billion foreign aid package. The legislation will give TikTok's Beijing-based parent company, ByteDance, up to a year to sell the app. I give you the deadline, my man. I give you the... otherwise, if they don't, it would be banned from US app stores and web hosting companies. The same thing has happened with Parler. Remember, was Parler? Who overnight was banned from being around, out of the app, the stores, no communication, was dead in one day. Do you think that something like this cannot happen to, let's say, Twitter? Or, I know, YouTube? If the order is given, I guarantee you that happens in an hour. An hour. That's an example. They will get you out. They will get you out. Why? Because you can't control it. And they have the law. They make the laws right here. Sell or you give it to me, Al Capone. So we'll be banned. So here it is. It received overwhelming partisan support in both, which is one, both chambers of Congress. The Senate passed the package, approved the TikTok portion of the bill, 360 with 58. President Joe Biden has said he would sign the legislation. He doesn't know what he's signing. That he will. I wonder where we have the, right here, where we have the national security threat. Proponents of the policy say the app poses a national security risk. There you fucking go, common good. And you believe them, right? I think these guys are the national security risk in the first place. Lawmakers informed by Biden administration's intelligence briefings have raised concern about the possibility of a Chinese government spying on Americans and spreading propaganda through the app. That is an alternative propaganda to their propaganda. Around 170 million Americans use the platform. Here, of course I'm against us being spied by a foreign country. But that happens. Should we contain it? Of course we should contain it. But don't we do the same thing? And they do the same thing to us, right? So you can say, well, yeah, that's normal. But why TikTok? Do you think that other who's the CEO of how do you call that? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Indian, whatever. I'm just telling you. I can't remember the name. What was that? Google? Boss of Google? Let me see. I think it is the CEO of Google. Yeah, there he is. His name is Sundar Pichai, Indian American business executive. Yeah, okay. Go and listen to him. CEO of Google. Here it is. And not only this guy. Look at others. Not only at the Google. Remember who was CEO at Twitter. Remember that he got fired? That boy, that man. Again, why not? Are they not infiltrated? Nah, they're not. They're cooperating. They're cooperating with these guys here. That's what it is, my friends. All right, so let's go to the next article where they are trying to justify it by India banning TikTok over there too. And that is, see, but why? Those guys had some military clashes. They are next to one another. They have Tibet and others. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not the same thing. And besides, we're better than the Indians, aren't we? So now India is good, but Modi is bad. Remember, this guy, you can't just pick and choose if you want to be honest, intellectually honest. I mean, now they tell us that India, because of Modi helping Putin, is bad and now human rights are violated and freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. But now they use it as a okay thing. Why? It supports its garbage. But people who know something about it say, what do you mean? Wait. Now India is good because it did that shitty thing. Why? National security. Yeah, but those guys had clashes at the border. What the fuck are you talking about? Nah, it doesn't work that way because the baboons don't know shit. TikTok may be banned in the US. Here's what happened when India did it. There you go. So if India did it, we're good, right? If India did it, then why don't you buy and allow the Russian oil to go flowing around the world? Because we pick and choose. New Delhi, the hugely popular Chinese app TikTok may be forced out of the US if they don't pay out, if they don't sell, where a measure to outlaw the video sharing app has won congressional approval for, and it is on its way to presidential bababab. In India, the app was banned nearly 4 years ago. Here's what happened. In June 2020, TikTok users in India bid goodbye. Bye-bye, it's a good thing. That's how they, see how the words they use. Bid goodbye to the app, which is operated by Chinese internet firm blah, 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 blah. New Delhi had suddenly banned the popular app alongside dozens of other Chinese apps following a military clash. They are almost at war, okay? Are we with China almost at war? No, we're not. Along the India-China border, 20 Indian and 4 Chinese soldiers were killed, and ties between the two Asian giants plunged to a new low. The government cited privacy concerns and said the Chinese apps pose a threat to India's sovereignty and security. You got it? Got it? The move mostly drew widespread support in India, where protesters had been calling for a boycott of Chinese goods. So this is a pro banning someone else's product in your country because of national security. Now, that means, remember when the Russians banned part of, I think it was YouTube, even Twitter at some point or something like that. Everybody was, oh my God, you can't do that. Or the access of the free media in other countries. Remember when Radio Free Europe and the Voice of America in Eastern Europe was propaganda newspaper outlets founded by the Americans, by CIA and the State Department. It's a fact. It's not a cuckoo, all right? But we didn't know that when we were in the communist times. We didn't know that. And the Romanians did not allow that. Supposedly, they were just jamming their communication, their propaganda. And the Romanians were angry because they don't want to be propagandized by the guys who want to help them. But hey, we were caught in between the idiots, the communists, started, and the other guys who wanted the country, who wanted the how do you call it, the resources. They want the population and extend NATO towards Russia. But we didn't know that Russia, Soviet Union, take over. We're like, nah. That's the way it is, my friends. I'm not on TikTok, but it doesn't mean that I should not defend the right of others to express themselves. If you think that that's a Chinese, or if you say it's a national security because the Chinese infiltrate somewhere, well, fight that one. But don't tell me they propagandize, because you do the same thing. You do the same thing. I mean, I'm sick of, for instance, YouTube and, for instance, Facebook. These guys are community guidelines. What does that mean? They allow only a narrative to go. The other one, they ban it. So, sorry, I want to hear what he says. I don't care if that's a lie. I want him to say it. And if I find out, I'm changing my perception. But you protect me from listening to that guy. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. And if you're stupid and ignorant and you fall for someone's lies, we fall for the government's lies all the time. Like, oh, it's a national interest to defend the Ukrainians against the Russians. I think that's a lie. I think these guys want to destroy the Russians so they can destroy the Chinese next. Why? To take over in the name of self-ascribed good that we are. And look at the news, look at the media, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. These guys are propaganda. But anyway, it's our propaganda. Well, I don't like that. Because if you say it's my propaganda versus their propaganda, well, I want to be free. I want to have access to whatever is out there. Let me make the decision. But they're afraid they're losing. They're losing against those guys. Why? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe, I'm not saying that TikTok is not and could not be a national security threat or something like this. But that's not my point here. Fight it. Sell it to whom exactly? Fight it in a different way. And that tells me that the guys are protected, YouTube and others, are allowed to operate the way I know they operate. That tells me these guys are just working with them. They're working with them. They're accomplices. Otherwise, they will not let you function. That's why when I hear Elon Musk saying certain things and people, oh my God, he said that. Who else would be allowed to say that? They can close, if they want, Twitter today. They can close Twitter today. And it's done with Twitter. Done. The same thing. And Elon Musk could, I don't know, will not say a peep. You're not going to hear from him again. But they let him say things. Why? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.